start making the bag, you're just going to need about 8 feet of cord, and then we're going to make 6 panels in the shape of hearts to make the leaves of the shamrock. So this is our first row. It's 7 beads across, and we want to make a heart panel. So to do that, we're going to leave 1 bead on each end of the cord like this, and we're not going to add another bead for both cords like how we usually do right here in the middle. We're going to keep them separate. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the ends of the cord and cross them into each other. So for this, we're going to take this bottom piece of the cord and we're going to feed it through the top bead. And we're going to do the same for the top cord. And we're going to feed it through the bottom bead. Okay. Then we're just going to add every other bead, like how we would normally make a panel. And sometimes, because once you start feeding beads onto one end of the row, the beads start to like kind of, I don't know, start to be funny. So I'm going to start adding beads to the bottom part of the row too, just so it can kind of like straighten out a little bit. We have both ends on the right side of our panel. Now, we would normally have a bead right here, and we would take the string and then move on to the next row, but because we don't have that there, due to the way we made our first row, we're going to take a bead and start with the top row, add it to the cord, and then we're going to take the end of the cord and loop it through this bead and pull. take the end of the cord again and then loop it through this bead right here. And you might need to help this bead kind of be where it should be. Now you're going to take the cord again and then re-thread it through this bead again. So now that you're up here, you're going to go and bring it back down here to the second one. Pull. Then now that your cord is on the second bead right there, you're going to take your end and then you're going to put it through the bead that we just added. And readjust it, and then you should be able to add your next bead and make your row as normal. We're going to do the same thing for the bottom. Add a bead. Thread it through this one. Go up. Pull. Up again through this one. Pull. And bring it back down through this one. Now that the cord is here, we're going to place the end through the bead that we just added so everything faces inward, so we could continue making our heart. Okay, we have the middle piece now. We have 7 beads across and it's 4 beads on each side. Now we're going to focus on making the bottom part of the heart. So what we're going to do is we're going to decrease by 1 bead on each side of the panel until we come to a point. Okay, for this row, it's going to be a little bit different. Once we get to the end, we're going to skip a bead and just thread our cord through, pull, add a bead, pull, add another one, okay, so we're in the middle of our heart. We're going to skip this bead and not add it. So we're going to take the cord and thread it through right here. By skipping it, and we're going to move on to the next one. Okay. Now for our next row, we're going to skip and move up. Pull. Skip the middle, and we're only going to add a bead to this one right here. So we're going to thread it through. Okay, once you thread the cord through all of these beads and we get to this one, add it. And then move your cord down to the side. And once you're at the end, you're going to tie a knot. Finished making the leaves of the shamrock, and now I'm just going to attach the leaves together. So I'm going to take about 10 feet of cord and I'm going to hold it like a U, and then we're just going to lace the pieces together. So we're going to have the hearts, we're going to have the corners point inwards, and I'm just going to start here at the bottom. So we're gonna hold the cord like a U and have the two ends like this. And then we're just gonna start lacing the panels together like shoes. So once we have both ends, one in one panel and the other in the other panel, we're gonna pull it. Then we're gonna take our ends and then cross them like an X. And what we're gonna do is put the opposite end, so the cord end that went through this bead, we're gonna put it and cross it through this bead and make an X. And then we're gonna do the same for the opposite side. And then cross it again. So off camera, I made my side panel. It's 5 beads by 41 beads. And I'm just gonna attach it to one of the side panels. And the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna start here and I'm gonna attach it all the way around and then end here. So I have a space to put my hand and put whatever I want in my bag. The way I'm gonna lace up my bag is I'm gonna grab about like 12 feet of cord, hold it in a U shape, so I have both of my ends at my fingertips, add a bead, lace one end through the side, and then lace the other end through the clover part of the bag. And then I'll add another bead and just repeat and go back and forth and just crisscross my cords like I'm lacing some shoes. Finished lacing one side, and now I'm going to move on to the back side. Okay, so I finished attaching both the front and the back pieces to the side piece, and we should have an opening here at the top. So I'm going to now add the strap to the bag, and I want the straps to begin here and end here. So what I'm gonna do is turn it on its side, and where this little bump is, I'm gonna try to find the middle, or what best looks to be the middle, and I'm gonna grab about 15 feet of cord, and hold it like a U, so I have both of my ends at my fingertips. Then I'm gonna loop it through one bead. And now that I have both ends like this, I'm going to pull until both the loop I have here on this end and the ends meet. And it looks like this. So I should have 2 strands on this side and 2 on this side. And because I've ran out of these pony beads, I'm going to use these tri beads instead to make the strap of my bag. Okay, so I added all the beads that I wanted. Now I'm going to find the needle on this side and loop it through the bead, so about here. So this is just optional, but I added the stem of the shamrock to the bag, and what you can do is just attach some cord to the bag, add a few beads and relace it, and just tie it pretty tight to the bag, and that's basically it.